The extra class, the rarest class category, because it doesn't have as much servants as the knights or the cavalry. This category is home to some of the strongest SSRs in the game, but you won't see them here because most of the strong servants are limited. Jean, what are you doing? Jean?
What kind of slattery is this?
Jean, it's just clay.
Do you think I don't know what this is?
I know.
I'm calling Gilgamesh.
No! Jean is a tank ruler. She's a year 1 servant, so some aspects of her kit are very outdated. Her first skill is Revelation A. It is Instinct's slightly better brother. It is essentially a 20/30 for a skill, which gens stars every turn. It's decent, but for a skill, it needs a buff. Her second skill is True Name Discernment B, which reduces an enemy's servant's NP damage for 1 turn by 15 to 30%. It recently got a buff that reduces an enemy's defense for 2 times. Once for 20% for 1 turn and 30% for 3 turns. These can stack so it's 50% on the first turn. Her third skill is God's Resolution A. It's a stun on a servant. Yeah, that's it. Her bread and butter is her Noble Phantasm, Luminicite Eternelle, which grants the party invincibility for a turn and increases their defense for 3 turns, and also heals them, with the demerit of a stun for 2 turns. Thankfully, this got buffed. It removed the demerit and adds an AoE debuff cleanse. Jean, after a couple of buffs, is a decent servant. That said, she is very outdated still. Her first and third skills are not buffed, and compared to other defensive supports like Castoria and Mash, she has fallen off quite a bit. The alter ego class has Shitonai, aka Ilya. I know what you're thinking. Oh no, he's gonna do an FBI joke because Ilya is a lolly. No, I won't. There are lines I will not cross. Bridges that have already been burned. I'm not doing it. It's been done to death, and honestly, it's in poor taste.
Bravo, in position over. Delta, in position over. Kilo, in position over. Affirmative. Alright, you only move in if the target picks one of the miners.
So I got the goods? Of course. You don't get to see one of these every day. You're lucky the boss likes you, but you're only allowed to pick one. It's only one, huh? It's better than nothing, I guess. Too angry, too edgy. Way too basic. Here we are. I'll pick this one. Hey, what's going on? You bastard, you set me up. Thought you were one of us. Well, you thought wrong. Blackbeard, you son of a... You're free to go. If you only hadn't picked that one. Or Jack. We're going away for a long, long time. Funny thing is, it's not even her. That's just Heracles cosplaying as Shitonai. Huh? Okay, hear me out. And that is how I met your mother. Well, that was one hell of an emotional roller coaster. But let's talk Shitonai, and why you should pick her. Shitonai is part of the alter ego class, which is not common, especially to newer players. Plus, she is also story locked, which means you won't be able to get a chance to get her until you beat the second Lost Belt. Her first skill is Snow Fairy EX. It grants herself invincibility for a turn and also reduces party damage taken by 300 to 500 for 3 attacks for 3 turns. Her second skill, Emotional Freezing B, is an Arts Mana Burst for 3 turns ranging from 20% to 30%, and also grants herself debuff immune for 1 time in 3 turns. Her third skill, Kamo Yukar A, has a chance to both increase her own attack by 20% and gain 10 crit stars for 3 turns. The chance is 60% to 80%, so get your Prince Landlings out. The skill is also an NP battery that charges 20% to 30%. Her Noble Phantasm Oputateshke Okimumpe is a single target Noble Phantasm that reduces the enemy's MP gauge by 1 if they have the Dragon trait, and it also reduces their defense and crit rate. All in all, she is a solid servant that is great with Castoria, Landling, Tamamo, any other sports essentially. Karna, I have to apologize. I ranked you lowest in the Lancer category. I didn't really have a choice, with the competition and stuff. Closest one, honestly, is Budamante, but she's in a whole different card type, and you're largely overshadowed by the Lion King. Nah, it's alright, man. I'm not really one to obsess over my ranking. Though Arjuna, on the other hand... Wanna come in? Have some snacks. Oh yeah? Sure. Don't worry, she doesn't bite. Ganesha or Jinako is a support and a tank Moon Cancer servant. Much like the Alter Ego class, the Moon Cancer is very rare, maybe even more so than Alter Egos. She isn't story locked, so you might get spooked by her someday, and let's hope it's not on a Moon Cancer rate up as well. So yeah, let's get into her skills. Her first skill, Prosperous Business A, has a party-wide 10 to 20% MP battery, and a 10 to 20% attack buff for the party as well. It also has a crit star gen of 5 stars per turn for 3 turns. Her second skill, Severtusk B, is a taunt for a turn and a damage cut for also a turn, as well as a 30% attack buff for herself for 3 turns. Her third skill is Vinayaka EX, that gives her invincibility, increase in NP gen by 20 to 30% for 1 turn, and has a demerit that seals her skills for 1 turn. Next year, this skill will be buffed on the Road to 7 campaign. This skill will get a 3-turn NP damage up for 20 to 30% and a damage mod against lawful alignment enemies for also 3 turns. Her Noble Phantasm is an AoE Arts NP that reduces the defense of the enemies by 30% for 3 turns. This activates before the damage. It also grants herself invincibility for a turn and heals herself. She is a decent servant that can do multiple things, but being able to do multiple things doesn't mean she is good at those things. She is first and foremost a tank that can do a little bit of supporting, and she's good at that. She can loop, she can, but don't expect the biggest of damage, or the easiest of use. Thank you for watching this little series of mine about the SSR ticket in the 6th anniversary. So after all that, who are you getting? Comment it down. I want to see absolute carnage down there about which servants are better. But yeah, to everyone who watched, liked, subscribed, bigs up to y'all.